architectural firm Bakul Joshi, Architects and Interior Designers, which was formed about 50 years ago by my late father. He was one of the first architects to set up his practice in this region, almost in North Karnataka, and has been doing a variety of jobs, basically right from individual bungalows to individual bungalows, residences, apartments, academic buildings, industrial buildings, theatres, auditoriums, etc., which we were trying to give a feel of a gated community, where we wanted to have interaction between different people, where people could have the individual privacy that we would want to have. But at the same time, we did not want to lose the connectivity with the landscaping or with the open spaces outside. So thereby we came up with a courtyard kind of a planning. But a courtyard planning, which was a typical courtyard planning is usually applicable in a house where you have an open space inside and you have got spaces around it. Here, to maximize that space, what we have tried to do, we have created a huge courtyard which is there in between, and we have got units which are planned around the courtyard. So whereby each and every person who enters into the unit and once he comes inside has this connectivity between the outside and the inside. And one of the most important things that we want to do, the amenities not only in the form of playing activities or a community hall, we also wanted to see to it that each and every person got a proper covered parking. So this entire building has been designed in the small site that we have got, small compared to the number of units that are there. Each and every unit has got a covered parking which has been provided, a direct access from the covered parking to the units on the top, so where they do not have to go out of the building to get into the individual units also, and whereby on the way they will be interacting with a lot of different people, and also the landscaping that is there. As the units, in fact almost all of them we have tried to make it Vastu compliant, where we have tried to see that each and every unit gets natural light and ventilation throughout the entire day. We don't believe in relying too much on artificial light. This is what we have tried to achieve here, and it is very evident in the units that you see. Lobby here, what we have tried to do is that most of the times what happens, the first impression usually is the last impression. So here what we have tried to do, we have tried to create a lobby which is at par with any international standard hotel lobbies, for example, where you have a sense of entrance. When you enter into the lobby, you have your some small sitting area with a little bit of vertical landscaping also. There would be a receptionist kind of a person who would be able to receive you and also create a sense of belonging into that entire area. You can meet outsiders, you could meet them there, and your security point is basically from that point of view. So outsiders are not allowed to enter into the internal part of the building. They are restricted to the lobby. At the same time, when you are in the lobby, you don't feel like you are made to sit outside. You are pretty much a part of the inside of the house. There are a couple of services that need to be incorporated in every building. Here we have the services, but we did not want the services to be exposed to the outside. So here what we have tried to do, we have covered the ducts which have the so-called services with reproductions of artworks, which by we are trying to see to it that people are exposed to the international art that is there, that people are exposed to international art, and also make them aware. So your walk through the corridor is not monotonous. You are on one side, you are exposed to the courtyard and the green landscaping, and on the other side you are exposed to art, international art, whereby we hope that proves as an inspiration to a lot of people who are there, and encouraging them to take up different activities or indulge themselves in art. The credit to that goes not only to us as designers, it also goes to the developers, because they were very sure about what we had designed, and they were supportive of doing all what we wanted, right from the color scheme, what was proposed, to what has been done, and each and every improvisation that we did along with during the course of construction, to see to it that we have created whatever we had envisioned. So along with our planning, a lot of credit goes to the entire 7 group, wherein they had given us a free hand to create what we felt was the right. See, the challenge was trying to fit everything within the space, because the space or the site itself had topographically it had a very deep slope. One, and secondly, it was all a huge rocks. So trying to excavate and being able to fit in everything that we had planned was a bit of a task, which we obviously were able to overcome. It was not as easy as we felt before we started, but each and every problem that we encountered on the way, we solved it. We are trying to give you the best of the amenities, the best of the services, at a very reasonable price. So we are our target client or the audience who would want to invest in this was not a very high end one. Anybody who wants to have a good space of his own, who wants to lead a good life of his own, would be able to afford to stay in this kind of unit. So that is why we had a mixture of 3 bedroom and 2 bedroom. Sometimes swimming pool requires in a place like when we requires a lot of privacy from people around us. So that was one of the reasons why we decided to have the swimming pool on top with a nice children's area, play area also, whereby each and everyone would be able to utilize that and not be disturbed by surrounding people overlooking the swimming. So when you are at the swimming pool or you are on the deck of the swimming pool, you connect with the nature around you. You connect with the mountains, or you will connect with the trees or whatever greenery that you get to see from the top of the building. Yes. You could hear peacocks probably if you spend your evenings there. You are able to see sunrise and sunset also from there. This is one of the pioneer. Most important thing is whatever that was promised at the start of the construction, we have tried to see to it that we have delivered more than what we have promised, which I guess is very clear because when what you talked about earlier, you have done the brochure. So what the brochure says or what the brochure depicts and what is there now created in reality, in fact we have upgraded everything rather than just, so they are not hollow promises. They were very keen to see to it that it materialized into what it is. Trying to give you the best of everything in a very, very reasonable price, in a very, very reasonable